This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, yeah, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? Sports to the bone in the house again, man. Shout out to you all. How are you guys doing? Alright, so we have two stories in particular that I want to zoom in on. We see where Nkrumah Bonner, Craig Brathwaite, and Jason Holler, they all made individual step up the ICC rankings coming out of that test series against Pakistan. So we're going to be looking at that, and we also see news coming in that, you know, our Reggae Boyz coach, Theodore Tupper Whitmore, he has actually been sacked. He was sacked. You understand? So somebody else will be continuing the journey as regards to trying to get the team qualified for the World Cup. So we'll talk about that a little bit further down. So let us start off with this West Indies thing. So the Pakistan tour was a big failure, my viewers and subscribers. But as I said, a couple of players moving up the rankings. Nkrumah Bonner and Craig Brathwaite, they were the big movers. You know, Jason Holler moved up a little. We'll talk about that further down. But Nkrumah Bonner and Craig Brathwaite, they are the ones that made significant move forward. And I don't want persons to think that we are celebrating this, because this is not a victory. Even if they would have improved in terms of their individual standing, the team is just still not doing anything. You understand? So we're going to look at it. So Brathwaite, he actually moved up 10 places. So he's the highest ranked at 39. So he moved up 10 places to 39. Nkrumah Bonner moved up 17 places to 42. And I must say congratulations to both of them. You know, the little work that they did in the test, it did not account for nothing. At least they got a little individual nudge on their thing. Nkrumah Bonner, I think he made his debut in February, and he hasn't looked back since. Generally speaking, he hasn't been too bad thus far. And I think in the last tour of Pakistan, he scored 148. You know, so that would make it an average of around about 49 based on what I am gathering in that series. So an average of 49, not too bad. You know, not perfect, but not too bad at all. Because if you look at the other players, you know, they are way below par. So at least he was able to get that on his thing, you know. He's going to feel as if, you know, his career is moving in the right direction. You want the team to move in the right direction, you know, but as an individual player, you are going to be looking out for those individual awards, those individual achievements. I mean, it's a team sport, yes, so one might say that if the team does not achieve, then nobody achieves. But yeah, man, as a player, you're always going to want to know that you are doing well when it comes on to your individual stats. And that, you know, that is good thus far in terms of how Nkrumah Bonner is doing his thing. Needs to be more consistent. If he can pick up his scoring rate a little bit more, that would be good. But you know, really happy to see him climbing up. I mean, 42 and 39, that is nothing to really die over. But you know, it is what it is. This is where our cricket is. As we say, skip a move 10 places to 39. And we know Craig Brathwaite, once we are playing a series, he's always going to register at least a 40 odd or a half century. And that more often than not will get him moving up the line. So if we can get the other players to sort of come in with bits and pieces, performances, that would be definitely good for the team. You know, because as we said on the live, the last live that we had, if we find two batsmen, you know, that can come in and shore up the middle order, or even one to give you consistently score a half century, a century here or there, that will definitely contribute to the team getting over 300. You understand? Because this team that we have, these guys are not going to contribute on the same day. So if we can have a guy that we know that, yes, similarly to how we're able to depend on Shiv for such a long time, knowing that he's always going to carve out a good century, a 70 or something of a sort, you know, the others would bat around him, and then we would eventually put together a competitive score on the board. That is how we need somebody. We do not have that person. You know, Nkrumah Bonner coming in at number 3, still new to the thing, trying. But the 4-5 position, man, 4 and number 5, in test cricket, you need people that can bat there. let us take this Australia team for example, not comparing them, and we know that the system is different, the structure is different, but I'm just saying, this is what you want in a quality team. You want 2 openers, you want a solid number 3. Like, look how they have Marnus Lamache, Steve Smith coming in at 4. Well, Travis said he played and he got a half century. Any other team that you look at, the number 3, 4 and 5 batsmen, they are always very solid if the team is going to be successful. Those positions are of paramount importance, and we can't see anybody to settle down in our team and make that those sort of runs. You understand? Where Test cricket is concerned, I know some persons are going to say Darren Bravo, his average is the highest, he should be there. Is a reason why he's not playing in Test cricket right now. Look at the stats since he would have since the whole saga. Look at what is happening now. Look at the games that he played in and what happened. I agree, they probably can give him more opportunities, but I don't know. We need players coming through because we are just recycling. Now Jason Holder was the next mover. He moved up 1 place in the bowling ranking, and that is why I tell you can't even take some of these ranking at face value, because Jason Holder I think took only 1. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm almost certain that he took probably 1 wicket. You understand? I remember him taking the bowling a guy out. So he moved 1 place from number 15 to 14 as regards to the bowling rankings. So he's up there. I think he's our highest ranked bowler. Roach is up there also. And yeah, so Holder move up 1. He's still holding out for the all-round as the number 1 test all-rounder. Ben Stokes is now operational once again. So, Jason Holder will have to watch out. He will be pushed, and I hope this will push him to start giving better contributions. You understand? We know where the bowling is concerned, he probably couldn't have done much in terms of that surface, the pitch and all of that. But where the batting is concerned, he should have really stepped up as the number 1 test all-rounder. I know he's a bowling all-rounder, but he would have established himself as a man that can bat. So, with the pitch not helping out seamers, one would think that he would have, sort of buckled down and he would have contributed greatly with the bat. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And we came out, we lost the series 2-0. But going forward, we're definitely going to be looking for more from these guys. And almost every video that we do after a series, this is the same thing that we say. It was disappointing, it was a disappointment, we're looking forward to better, we're looking for this, because the cycle continues over and over. You understand? And we just have to try and look at these under 19 players coming through and see if we can secure at least 2 or 3 of them where the batting is concerned. We have a couple of bowlers that we can work with that can probably do their thing, on a regular pitch. I won't even call the Sri Lanka pitch the other day a regular pitch, because you don't play test cricket and really see a pace bowler just come and bowl 2 overs and then feel for the rest of the day. So that's not a regular pitch. You understand? So our bowlers are pretty competitive when it comes on to the different pitches and things. So if we can secure at least 2 or 3 batsmen, and if it's even one of them turn out to be somebody that that is dependable in the middle order there, then we would have struck gold. And then maybe the next year again we try and draw for our next one, and over a 5-year period we would have maybe roped in 3 or 4 quality test batsmen, just like we would have roped in Jaden Seals. And know that not every year you're going to find somebody that capable, that talented. But good gosh, man, we can't continue with these guys. The man them not good rasta. And when I say they don't good, I mean the performances are not matching up to what we want. So we have to start looking and saying that, we need to find better batsmen. But that is enough of the ranting. I just came on here to let you guys know that Banner and Craig Brathwaite and Jason Holder, even though we lost that series, they were able to move up the test rankings. So at least their individual thing is improving. Alright, so just to close off, let me talk a little football. So the breaking news, the breaking story that I see a lot of people running on with over on the internet is that our Reggae Boyz coach Theodore Tapper Whitmore, he has been sacked, right? So the JFF, Jamaica Football Federation, they have sacked him and they are looking in a different direction. So Theodore Tapper Whitmore, he did his time. I mean, it comes at a time where we're still in a position to qualify for the World Cup, but it's very difficult. You would have to win all of your games, all of our games, and remaining games, and hope that, you know, things work out in our favor. But it can work two ways, you know, guys. It's either somebody that was in the backroom staff. I didn't read the stories, you know, so I'm not sure who's going to replace him or yet. I might do a follow-up story. It can work two ways, you know. You can have somebody in the backroom staff coming up and really helping out, and the players take on to them. They find good performance, good tactics, and we eventually do our thing. Or it can be where, you know, this is them changing the thing in the middle of the qualifier, and then everything just break down and we lose the rest of the games. You know, because we saw a couple of guys coming out, couple of players coming out and saying that Tapper is the best man for the job, even though his track record would not have suggested that. But in terms of giving him so many games, it's a big ask now to sack him and still hope that we qualify for the World Cup. I am not a big Tapper fan in terms of his tactics and all of that, but in terms of strategy, I don't know. I don't know if this will come back to haunt us, because I don't know if there's an assistant or there's somebody that will just take over. They're going to bring in somebody fresh. As I said, I haven't read the stories as yet, so I'll have to do a follow-up. But whatever way they do this, they have to make sure that they do this in a good way so it don't turn around to haunt them. You hear I tell you? But we're going to leave it right here for now still. I am going to read up some more on it and hopefully do a follow-up story, because this is big news. This is breaking news. We are still on the hunt. We are still trying to qualify for the FIFA World Cup, and they sacked the coach. So let us see how it goes. We're going to leave it right here for now, my peeps. Big up on yourself. Look more.